Good everyone, my name is Graphics. Today we want to study another aspect of mathematics, which is called calculus, under which we'll be studying integration, where we'll be analyzing this exercise 1 that says that express 6x plus 4 all over 1 minus 2x in bracket multiplied by 1 plus 3x squared in bracket in partial fraction. Hence, your results that you have here show that the integral of this is equal to the integral of 6x plus 4 all over 1 minus 2x multiplied by 1 plus 3x squared is equal to what? Ln 13 over 36. So you prove that this is equal to this, right? So this has a limit of 2 and 1. So this is what we'll call a definite integral. So now let's start. Solution. The solution we'll rewrite this again. We want to solve this in partial fraction, right? So what you do is the question you are going to equate it. You say that a all over this first guy here, which is 1 minus what? 2x. Why we're using a is because of what? The degree of x is just 1, so you're using a. Now plus b. Now you don't just write b because this is 3x squared here, so the degree of b here of x here will be what? 1 plus what? C. Everything all over what? 1 plus 3x squared. So whenever you have the degree of x to be 1 here, the degree of x in front of a here will be what? To the power of what? 0. Right? If you have the degree of x here to be 2, degree of x on top here will be what? 1. Why the one that will follow it to be what? X to the power of what? 0. So the s will be decreasing to 0. So if I am to rewrite this again, so I will now say that this will now give me x raised to the power 0, n raised to the power 0 is what? 1. 1 times a will be what? A. All over 1 minus what? 2x. Plus s raised to the power 1 is 1 times b will give me b. Then we have x here. S to the power 1 is x, right? Now plus s to the power 0 is what? 1. 1 times c is c. Everything all over 1 plus what? 3x squared. Is that okay? So what about if we now have our x? Let's, for instance, now if we now have our degree of s to be 3 here, what do you think we are going to have? Let's say we have let's assume that we have over 1 plus 3x cubed. So it means that we'll be having bx squared, this is 3, so this will be 2 plus cx1 plus cx0, you get to 0. So in the long run we'll now have bx squared plus cx plus s to the power 0 is 1, c all over 1 plus 3x cubed. So that is one category that we use in solving this. So let's move forward. You watch my video on partial fraction, you get to understand what I'm trying to say here. Now this will be equals to what? We have 6x plus 4 all over what? 1 minus what? 2x bracket 1 plus 3x squared equals to this. Now after that, the next thing we'll do here is you look for the LCM. So alright, finding LCM, lowest common multiple of this here. and this will give us, we have this. The LCM is both of them, which is 1 minus 2x into bracket 1 plus 3x squared, right? So what you do is this in this, or better still, you just cross multiply. You take this to multiply a, you have a into bracket 1 plus 3x squared, right? And you take this to multiply this, we are going to have plus what? 1 minus 2x bracket bx plus c. That's what we have there, right? And you write this guy back. So we're having 6x plus 4 all over 1 minus what? 2x bracket 1 plus 3x squared. Is that okay? Now, if you look at it very well, they have the same denominator here. So this will equate this. So we are going to be left with 6x plus 4 is equals to a bracket 1 plus 3x squared plus 1 minus 2x bracket bx plus c. So we have that. I'll term it my equation what? My equation 1. So from here, if you look at this, we have 3 unknown here. So you need to allow some of them to become 0. So, but anyone that has power, that the s has power, like probably 2 or 3, you don't do what I want to do now. So what I see now, the x that doesn't have power here is this value here. So I'm going to write it this way. I'll say that when 1 minus 2x is equal to what? 0. I take this guy, the first guy here, or this here, 1 minus 2 is equal to 0. Then 1 will now be equal to what? 2x. If I divide both sides by 2, my x will be equal to what? 1 all over what? 2. So now what we'll do, we are going to substitute x equals to 1 over 2 into equation 1. So we'll put this x equals 1 over 2 here. So when we put it here, we'll be having this. We'll be having this. So this is 6. But x is said to be what? 1 over what? 2 plus 4, right? Equals to a into bracket 1 plus 3, but x is equal to what? 1 over 2, and there's a square there. I put my square, plus 1 minus 2, but x is what? 1 over 2. Close the bracket, open the other one, b into bracket what? 1 over 2 plus c. So I put my 1 over 2 there. Now 2 in here 1, in 6 3. 3 times 1 will give me 3. So it means that plus what? Plus 4. The same thing here, equals to a open bracket 1 plus 3 times 1. This is 1 over 2 square. So we're having 3 into bracket 1 all over 4, because 1 over 2 square is equals to 1 square over 2 square, and that'll give me 1 over 4. That one I'm putting my 1 over 4 here. So close the bracket, equals to the 2 here. So plus, open the bracket, 1 minus, this is 2 times 1 is 2, or you say 2 cancel 2 is 1. 1 times 1 is what? 1, right? So open this, we have b 1 over 2 plus what? C. Now from here, if you look at this, 3 plus 4 is 7. equals to a into bracket 1 plus 3 times 1 is 3 all over 4, because whenever you have 3 times 1 over 4, it means that what 3 over 1 times 1 over 4, and 3 times 1 is 3, 1 times 4 is 4, that will have me 3 over 4. So plus, open the bracket, 1 minus 1 is 0, we'll still have b into bracket 1 over 2 plus what, c. Now the way it is now, this is my 7 equals to what, a open bracket, if you look for this, 1 plus 3 over 4 will give us 1 plus 3 over 4. Let's just do it here and see. We have 1 plus 3 over 4. The LCM is 4, right? And this is like saying 1 over 1. 1 in 4 is 4, 4 times 1 4, plus 4 in 4 is 1, 1 times 3 is what? 3. We're having 7 over 4. So here we'll be having 7 all over 4. Plus, this is 0, multiplied by everything will give you what? 0. And we are moving forward from this point here. We will say that 7 is equals to a times 7 is 7a all over 4. Now if you cross multiply, because this 7 like saying 7 over 1, 4 times 7 is what? 28 equals to 1 times 7a is 7a. Now if you divide both sides by 7, we'll be having 28 all over 7 is equals to what? A. So meaning that our a is equals to 4. So the next thing we'll do is to expand equation 1. So what I will do is this. I'm going to write that expanding equation 1. So we have expanding equation 1 right. Where's my equation 1? This is my equation 1, right? This is this here. We have 6x plus 4. Write it out. 6x plus 4 equals to a into bracket 1 plus 3x squared plus 1 minus 2x bracket bx plus c. That is my equation 1, right? And we want to what? Expand it. So expanding, we have 6x plus 4 equals to a times 1 is a plus a times 3x squared will give me 3ax squared plus 1 times bx will give me bx plus 1 times c will give me plus c minus 2s times bx give me minus 2bx squared minus 2s times c give me minus 2cx. Now you collect like times. I have 6x plus 4 at the left hand side equals to, now I have the power 3as squared, it has the highest power, I'll bring them first, minus 2bx squared. So these two are the ones that have the highest power, so I'm bringing them together. So followed by plus bx minus 2cx. This is the next one, right? Then plus a minus what? Plus a plus c. So these two are together. If I factorize, I'm going to be having 6x plus 4 equals to, what is common between these two is x squared. I'll open the bracket. I'll be left with what? 3a minus what? 2b. I'll close the bracket. So when you multiply this, you have this. Now, plus, what is common here? X is common. I'll be left with what? B minus what? Minus 2c. If I multiply this by this, I'll have this. Then plus what? A plus what? C. Now what I'll do next is I'm going to while comparing coefficients, right? So if you look at for x squared, we're comparing them such that in this place there's no s squared. The s squared here is s squared is 0s squared, right? So that means the quotient of s squared here is what? 0. So I write the 0. Then what is here? We have equals to what? 3a minus what? 2b. I'll call it equation what? Equation 2. Then for x, such that if you look at the x at the left hand side, it has 6. Equals to the x at the right hand side has what? B minus what? 2c. Equation what? Equation 3. Now if you look at the constants here, we have 4 equals to we have what? A plus c. So I'll call it my equation what? Equation 4. Now what I'll simply do here is that I'll say substitute. Let me take this up. I'll say substitute A equals to what? 4 into equation what? 2. You know our A is what? Is 4, just like what we had here. A is what? Is 4. Now if I put into equation 2, I'll be having 0 equals to what? 3a minus 2b, right? So if I put my value, we have 0 is equals to what? 3 into bracket what? 4 minus what? 2b. So from here, this will now give me 0 equals to what? 12 minus what? 2b, because 3 times 4 is 12. Now if I take minus 2b to the other side, I'll be having 2b is equals to what? 12. Now if I divide both sides by 2, I'm going to say that my b is equals to what? 12 all over what? 2. I will say b is equals to what? 6. Now similarly, we are going to substitute b equals to what? 6 into equation what? 3. So my equation 3 is 6 is equals to b minus 2c. So we have 6 is equals to what? B minus 2c. So 6 will now give us b is 6 minus 2c. So when the 6 come here, it will become 6 minus 6 equals to what? Minus 2c. Right? So this will be 0 is equals to what? Minus 2c. So automatically c will now be equals to what? 0 over minus 2. And recall, 0 over any finite number is equals to what? 0. So my c is 0. So we now say therefore a is equals to what? 4, comma, b is equals to what? 6, comma, and c is equals to what? 0. This is what my value. So you will now write that therefore 6x minus 4 or 6x plus 4 all over 1 minus 2x bracket 1 plus 3x squared is equals to, now from the normal guy we have here, is equals to, from here this is equals to a. What is a? My a is 4. So I'm going to put 4 all over 1 minus 2x plus bx plus c. What is b? What is bx? B is what? Is 6x plus c is what? 0. So we'll be having 6 into brackets x plus c is 0. Everything all over what? 1 plus 3x squared. Are we good? So from here, this will now give us 4 all over 1 minus 2x plus 6x. Is it 6? That will be 6x all over what? 1 plus 3x squared. So this is what we're having. Is that okay? So this is equal to what? This. Now we've done that successfully. So our question is telling us that after we've already expressed this in partial fraction, now show that what? This integral of this we just looked for now, we just solved now, equals to what? Ln 13 over 36. So we want to prove that this will give us this. So we'll write that and see how that goes. So I'll take this and I'm going to write it out. We know very well that, so we should show that this is equal to what? Ln 13 over what? 36. So we should show. Right? Now one thing you need to know, this is the right hand side, this is the left hand side, and this is what? Right hand side. So we want to show how we get this. So we are going to be working only with the left hand side. So let's start. Solution. The integral of what? 6x plus 4 all over 1 minus 2x bracket 1 plus 3x squared. The limit is 2 and 1 will give us the integral, there's the x here, the x, the integral of 2 and 1 open bracket. You now input the value, the answer that you got for this when you look the partial fraction of this, which is this here, right? And that is 4 over 1 minus 2x. We have 4 all over 1 minus 2x, right? Plus 6x all over what? 1 plus 3x squared dx, because they are the same thing. Now the next thing you have to do is to expand. So if I expand this, I am going to be having, now whenever you see an integral that has upper limit and lower limit, we call them definite integral. So from here I will say that the integral of 2 to 1, I'll write my 4 all over 1 minus 2x, right? I'll now put the x, this times this times this, plus the integral 6x all over 1 plus 3x squared dx. So I have opened the bracket. Now I'm going to integrate them one after the other. At first, just integrate them, then you see what will happen. Let me first integrate them one after the other. Now, let's first of all integrate this without putting our limits. So these are normal integral. They call this indefinite integral. Whenever you didn't see any limits here, you call it what? Indefinite. So what you do is you use substitution method to integrate things like this. You first of all say that let u be equals to what? 4 equals to what? 1 minus what? 2x. that is u. Now if you differentiate u, my du over what? Dx is equals to what? Minus 2. Right? So I'm looking for the x. So if I take the x here, I'll place the x here. Now my du here will be what? Over 2, and there's minus there. So I'll put my value into this sign here. So in doing that, I'm going to be having the integral, right, of what? Of 4, this 4, all over, I will not write this anyway because I've already said it's equals to what? U. All over u multiplied by the x. What is the x? The x is what? Du all over minus 2. Now if you do that, 2 in here 1, in here 2, I'll take it out of the bracket sign, so to become, we'll now have this to be the integral of what? 2 all over what? U dot du. This minus, I'll take it out to be minus. I'll also take the 2 out also. So if I take the 2 out, I'll be having minus 2 integral 1 over u du. Now we're integrating u related to u, right? Now, if you integrate 1 over u, you have ln u minus what? Minus 2 ln u plus c. Since it is indefinite integral, you put plus c. But if you are putting your limit, right, this you see here, let me show you something. This integral 4 over 1 minus 2x is equals to what? This, right? But the integral of 2 to 1 minus of 2 to 1, 4 all over 1 minus 2x, the x will be equals to what? Minus 2 ln u. Now I'm not going to put plus c. I will only just put this, our bracket sign here. This will be what? 2 and 1. Are we good? You see the difference? So we are going back to this, my question here now. We are here. So if I'm to do that, what will I do? I'm going to say that, I'll write it this way and say that minus 2, what is my ln u? We've not even written that. U is what? U is 1 minus 2x, so I'll write it out. So minus 2 ln 1 minus 2x. Everything into bracket what? 2 and 1. So I'll put my u now. And this 2. So now let's see how it goes. From here now, I'll come here and I'm going to put it here. So I'm going to put it here. So I'll now say this will now be equals to, let me come here, will now be equals to the integral of this will give us minus 2 ln 1 minus 2x, close the brackets. So open this up and we'll be having 2 to 1, right? So plus, you do the same thing here also, and in this case here now we'll be having ln 1 plus 3x square, or close the bracket, into bracket 2 to 1. So this is what we're having. So if I do it the same way the way I did this, I am going to have this. Now from here, we want to now limit it. The first one I'll write, wherever I see I'll put it. Recall, the first one I'll write, wherever I see s I'll put 2. So what do I mean? This will give me minus 2 ln bracket 1 minus 2 bracket 2, the first one. Are you with me? I'll put in bracket minus, open bracket, minus 2 ln 1 minus 2 bracket. I'll now put 1. I'll close the bracket. So this is what I have here for this guy. So I'll write them in two places. The first one we have 2 and the second one we have 1, but they are the same. So this one is for the power, the one of 2, the upper limit, and this is for what? The lower limit. So plus, I'll do the same thing for this guy too. So what will I do? I'll write open bracket. I have ln 1 plus 3, but here I'm going to put what? 2. That has square. Right? I'm going to close it up. Minus, open bracket again, I'll write it again. Ln 1 plus 3, I'll put 1 square. And I'll close the brackets. All good. So I'll write two of them in two places. One we have 2, the other one we have 1. That's what I did here. So in doing that, let's move forward. From here, this will give me minus 2, right? Ln, if I open the bracket here, I'll have 2 times 2 is 4. 1 minus 4 is what? 1 minus 4 is minus 3. I'll close it up. Then I have this again, minus, I'll open the bracket, minus 2 ln 2 times 1 is 2. 1 minus 2 is what? Minus 1. I'll close the bracket. Are we good? Plus ln into bracket 2 square is what? 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 1 is what? 13. Right? I'll close it up. Minus, we have ln 1 square is 1. 1 times 3 is 3 plus 1 is 4. So we have 4. This is what I have here. Now this minus will affect this. We'll be left with what? 2 ln. We have 2 ln what? The negative will still remain here. So we have 2. If you remember the law of logarithm, these 2 will come up. So we'll be having this way. Minus ln minus 3 all square. Remember the law of logarithm? The one at the back of the log will go to a power and you have this. So minus times minus is what? Plus. So we have these 2 will come here. We'll be having ln minus 1 all square. Plus we have ln 13 minus what? Ln 14. They are together like this. And this one too is together this way. So let's see how it goes. This will give me minus ln 9 because minus 3 square is 9. This will give me plus ln 1, right? I'll put inside bracket also. So plus, this will give me ln 13 minus ln 14. So this is what we have here. Now the law of logarithm, here we apply it. You know when two log are adding each other, they are going to what? I can rewrite this here. This is what? This is 1. Here is 1. Right? So I can write it and by saying ln 1 minus what? This is ln 1 abi. So I can say ln 1 minus 9. Ln 1 minus what? Ln 9 in bracket. I can write it this way also. Plus ln 13 minus ln 14. Can have it this way too. So the law of logarithm that when two things are subtracting each other, you divide them. 2 log. Let's say recall log A minus log B will give us log A over B. So that means this will give us log, that is ln 1 over 9 plus this will give me ln 13 over 14. Where is the ln? Here. Now another one again. Recall ln a plus ln b, or log a plus log b will give us what? Log ab. You multiply them. So I'll multiply these two, right? So multiplying these two, this is 13. So it is not supposed to be 13. This is supposed to be 1 plus 3. This is 13, right? So we'll move forward. So from here, this is 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1. This is 4. So this is 4, not 14. No. This is also 4 here. Don't make that mistake. And this is also what? 4 here. Don't make the mistake. Right? Then in terms of this, is 13. So we're having ln 13 over what? Over 4. So from here, I'm going to move forward. And this will give us ln 1 all over 9 multiplied by 13 all over 4. And that will now be ln 1 times 13 is 13, 9 times 4 is what? Is 36. So we have proved our answer here. Is that okay now? So you can now see this is what? From the beginning, from here, we say that this, from here we say this should be equals to what? This. And we proved, and we discovered that the right hand side is equals to what? The left hand side. Right? So it is proved. We have shown it. So if this video was helpful, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button, and also don't forget to click on what? On the like button also. Thanks for watching.